Well, hey guys, welcome back to the channel. It's a beautiful lawn here. It's the next day after our spraying project, and I bet you can tell not a whole lot has changed outside. So what we're going to be working on today is irrigation. So this is what I'm going to be working with to build my above ground sprinkler system. And I got this idea from Melnor on his channel. He was able to build a kind of a temporary system using in-ground sprinklers, just using them above ground, and it's actually relatively inexpensive and very easy to build. So I'll walk you through the components that I'm using today and show you how I built it. So I think it goes without saying that any type of irrigation system is absolutely critical, not only for a full lawn renovation, but even maintaining lawns in general. And not a lot of people have an in-ground system, so building an above-ground temporary system like this, I feel, is very helpful. So to begin things off here, this is a Hunter, I believe a Hunter Pro SO4, so it's a 4-inch model. And this is just the main sprinkler body, pop-up sprinkler. And I got that at Site One, and I believe I paid like $2.50 for each one. So like I said, very, very affordable. And the next item here is a 1/2-inch plastic coupler. It comes in full length like this. And actually there's another added length at the bottom here that I cut off. And it has these openings that allows you to choose what size coupler that you want to cut off to build your system. And that just screws right in there with thread tape. I already have thread tape on one side of it, obviously. And I believe I paid, I think these were like $1.30 something at Site One for the whole stick. And I thought it was kind of interesting because I looked these up on Amazon as well, and these were like $10 a piece. So if you do live near a Site One, make sure you go and pick these up there. They're like 1/10 of the price that they are on Amazon. And then for the rotator heads, I have the MP3000 series rotator heads. These are the 90 degrees by 210 degrees. And these come in a 5-pack, or you can buy them individually. I think I paid like $35 for 5 of them. And for my dual zone full setup, I'm gonna have 8 sprinkler heads. So you can choose. These ones, like I said, are the 90 by 110. I have a couple 360 degrees. I have some 270 degrees ones. I just have them placed where I get the most efficient watering from them. And then lastly, I did have to get these off Amazon. These are the Orbit 1/2-inch flow-through sprinkler bases. The 2 side male and female threads here connect to any standard hose, and the top is 1/2-inch threaded to accept the other side of your coupler there. And I'll show you how I get this built here. So to get things set up, I'll start with the sprinkler body itself. The top just comes unscrewed. It does come with these gray little pop-up caps too. I can show you how those work as well. So while it's screwed in, you can pull the top and it lifts up there. And you just twist those tops off. And some people keep these. I don't, I just toss them. And while it's popped up, you can take your sprinkler head and just thread it right on there. Assembled. Once again, grab that gray top, lift up, hold it up, unscrew, and screw in your desired sprinkler head. And release. So if you wanted to change these sprinkler heads in the future, obviously it's hard to grab that now. What you do is you unscrew this top. You're left with that. You just lift up on that white inner piece, push down on the spring, which exposes where you can unscrew your sprinkler head. Let that go back up, seat it all the way back in, and screw it back together. That's all there is. Next, we're going to take our 1/2-inch coupler and thread it into the bottom holes of our sprinkler body. Thread it in as much as you can by hand. the same with the second one here. And lastly, we will thread it to our sprinkler base. You don't need any tools for this, because as you continue to tighten, it'll tighten both threads into each item there. So that's a completed sprinkler head right there. So I just did the math on all the components that I purchased to build 2 4 sprinkler head lines, I guess, of sprinklers that are going to go on my timer here, and it came up to about right around 150 bucks. So not too bad, and that's not counting the cost of the hoses or the timer itself. That's just the components for building 2 runs of sprinkler lines with 8 pop-up heads on them. So like I said, it's pretty affordable. But next I want to get into what's going to control these sprinkler heads. This is a Melnor. It's a 2-zone automatic sprinkler timer. It just screws into your water there and your hose line. And then you can have 2 zones of hoses coming off of that. And I'm going to show you that a little bit later, what I have. And this is going to allow me to be able to water the lawn while I'm at work, set on an automatic timer, which is very helpful, especially during seeding. You don't want the seeds to dry out at all. So this is component, and these hose lines are absolutely crucial if you don't have any type of in-ground system. And I got this Melnor timer off of Amazon, and I think it was right around $60 when I purchased it. I'm not sponsored by any of this. I'm just telling you the prices that I paid and where I went to get these items. So like I said, I paid about $60 for this timer. So next step is getting all of these components connected to the hoses and set up in series. So that's what I'm going to do next. All right, they're all connected. We'll get them installed on the sprinkler head. So because I don't have the water pressure to run 2 hoses with sprinklers at the same time, I had to find a way to separate and just run one length of hose at different intervals. So that's where that 2-zone timer comes into play. I have one line of sprinklers that's got 4 heads on it, spraying at about 15 minutes at a time, and then it shuts off, and then the second zone takes over, and I've got that set up on the opposite side yard, spraying in to cover the rest of it, and that sprays for about 15 minutes as well. And that cycle goes across maybe about 4 times a day while I'm at work. So once that other cycle starts up, I'll get a view from that side as well. As you can see, the other side is turned on and is watering the remaining yard. Oh, getting wet. Those little sprinkler heads work pretty well. So, pretty happy with that system. Well, I got soaked, as you can see, adjusting sprinkler heads so they rotate in their directions I want them to go, but that's kind of the name of the game with rotating sprinkler heads. So, all in all, couldn't be happier. For about $300, I can have a full yard by 5,000 square feet, fully irrigated. So, and not only efficiently, but when I'm not here. So that's really important for the seeding process. And even also during this killing process of getting rid of the old grass. Seems kind of counterintuitive, but I still want to keep watering that just so any of the weeds or any other grasses that didn't get fully sprayed, they continue to grow, and those will show green while everything else that is dying off is going to be brown. So it'll make it the second spray that much easier. So all in all, today was a win, and I thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you on the next video.